Catastrophic destruction at the worst possible moment. Tuesday's explosion has dealt a devastating blow to Lebanon's economic infrastructure. Before the blast, some 70% of the country's trade passed through the port of Beirut.
وهذا حيكلف يعني مليارات الدولارات ليرجع ينعاد. الاقتصاد حيتراجع بعد أكثر وأكثر لأنه في مصالح كلها تضررت اليوم لترجع تقلع من جديد بدأ استثمارات جديدة.
But the money to rebuild is likely not there. Lebanon is currently in the midst of its worst economic crisis in decades. The value of the lira, long pegged to the US dollar, has collapsed as the central bank borrowed heavily from local banks and wealthy Lebanese abroad at inflated interest rates in a bid to maintain its dollar reserves. On the streets, the pound has now lost over 80% of its value since October. The country's poverty rate is now estimated at 50% of the population, with unemployment at an estimated 35%. Following decades of state corruption and waste, the currency crisis has now paralyzed the Lebanese banking system, leaving citizens unable to withdraw funds and sparking a nationwide protest movement. And the coronavirus has only made matters worse. The world's third most indebted country, in March, Lebanon defaulted on a $1.2 billion payment on foreign bonds. It's currently seeking a $10 billion aid package from the International Monetary Fund, but talks have stalled amid the government's failure to enact required reforms and even to agree on the scale of the financial system's losses. Many Lebanese fear the current crisis will trigger a new wave of migration among the middle class, making it even harder to rebuild the country's ravaged economy.